So we have our basket and we have option to add items to our basket. Now it will be good to actually see what our basket looks like. So let's go to our Ready application here. And when I click on my order basket, it takes us to a different view. And then we have a title here and then some list, which shows how many items I have in my basket. And if I have items, I can click on place order, which will take me to a new view, or I can slide to delete any items I want, or I just can simply drag this down, which will remove it from my view, dismissing it. I can add another item to my basket. Let's go to our view here. Now you can see we have 2 items here, and then the prices are next to it. So let's create this view here, which is quite a simple thing. It doesn't have a lot of things there. I'm going to create a new file. This is a SwiftUI view, and this is going to be called order basket view. And let's just click on resume. Okay, here in our order basket view, we need access to our basket. So we are going to create this basket listener, which is the observed object. Remember, whoever listens for it, we are going to be provided with a constant fresh copy of our basket. So I'm going to say at observed object var basket listener is equals to basket listener. And once we have access to our basket listener, in our body we can start creating our code. So I'm going to get rid of this text and I'm going to create a navigation controller. Actually it's a navigation view, and inside my navigation view I'm going to, let's just put end of navigation view, and we're going to create a list, and my list is going to have 2 sections. First section is the top part where we put our items that are in our basket, and second section is like a link if we want to place the order. So I'm going to create a section. Let's put here end of list. And my first section is basically going to show how many items I have in my basket. So I need a way to go through my basket. And here is where the for each comes in. And we're going to go through self.basketListener.orderBasket, and it may be nil. So I'm going to say items. Remember, each basket have an item. Or if it's nil, we're going to put an empty array here. And then I'm going to say drink in. So for each item in my items basket, let's see why it's complaining. This is an optional. Okay, so we access our basket that we are getting from our order basket items. What's the problem here? Okay, it's just this dummy error because we're not returning any view. I think that there is an error. So what we are doing here is accessing our basket view, getting the order and getting items. So for each item, we want to create a row for it. So just show. So for each item, we are creating this row in our section. So in order to do that, you can see here there are 2 objects inside my row. There is the name of the item and a price. So for this to work, we are going to do a horizontal stack. So we have horizontally placed items. So I'm going to say h stack, and then we have a text, which is my drink name, and then we have another text, which is going to be a $sign, and then we say drink dot price. And if I this is not going to show actually anything because we don't have access to my order. Let's just put a spacer in between so that the name will be pushed to the left side and the price will be pushed to the right side, as there is a spacer here. Otherwise, they are just going to be one next to each other. So once we have this, our H stack is finished. So I will say end of H stack, and let's get rid of these empty lines here. And here will be end of for each. Yeah. Okay. We want to be able to delete items from our array, from our menu. So here is going to be .on delete. And every time a user swipes to delete, this part will be called. And I'm going to click enter, and I'm going to call this variable index set. So let's just for now say print delete at and we say index set. Okay, what we are going to do next is create our second section. And the second section is going to have just one array, not array, sorry, one line, which is text. And the text is going to say place order. And this section, what we want to do is, this section shouldn't be active when we don't have any items. So if I delete this, you can see place order becomes disabled. So when we don't have anything in our array, we don't want a user to go to the next screen. So we can do this by just putting dot, and we say disable. And if it's disabled, we are going to say self dot basket listener dot order basket dot items dot is empty, otherwise it's true. So basically what we are saying, if our order basket has no items inside of it, please disable this section. And now what we need actually to test this view, we need first to be able to get to this view. And this is where we're going to put the link to our basket view. But before I go there, I want to add our title for my basket, which is the order. So we say after our end list, we say dot navigation bar title is order, and then let's say list style is equal to grouped list style. Oh, come on. Okay. So you can see now the view here, visual interface changed. If I comment out, you can see it's just like big table. And if I uncomment this, it will make a nice grouped list here. So we have our order view, and next we are going to add a link to this order view.